Good afternoon. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ian, known as WanderBeard around these parts. And today we're about to hop on a boat and we're heading over to the island of Utila here in Honduras. I have arrived here in La Ceiba, which is the port city where the ferries depart from. There's another ferry that's not the one I'm getting on, but something similar to that. And yeah, we're just waiting for the boat to arrive so we can head over. It takes about an hour to get over to the island from here. The cost of the ticket, there's two options. There was a $27 ticket, which is sort of your standard fare. And then there's also a VIP ticket, which I decided to indulge in, which was $31 and get you a free drink and get you an air-conditioned space if you want it. So I figured for $4, I'll grab a drink and I'll enjoy the ride over. So I arrived here from San Pedro Sula today on the bus. I took the Cristina bus line from San Pedro Sula to here in La Ceiba. It was about 4.5 hours, including a lunch stop, which was about 20 minutes. Easy ride overall. The bus ticket was 180 Lempira, 190 Lempira. I'll put the actual price here on the screen. But yeah, anyway, it's easy and it's a really cool spot here. So if you look around, you can kind of see we get some of these nice mountains in the distance with the clouds hanging low on them. And just a beautiful view here on the pier. And we're just gonna go into the waiting area and I'll kind of give you a little walk around and show you where we're at. So just another shot of the pier area here. We're gonna take a walk through and I'll show you. So there's two different ferry companies that travel through here. There's Galaxy Wave, which is one, and then Dream Ferries is the other. And I'm on Dream Ferries. It was just a timing thing really for me. They both go to Utila and Roatan, and then of course back here to La Ceiba several times a day. But when you arrive here from La Ceiba bus terminal, where the Cristina bus lets you off, you have to hop in a taxi and then take that taxi over to here. The way the taxis will work is they will be basically per carload. So it was 300 Lempira per carload, or 100 each if you find two other people to go with. So I just randomly found two people that were heading to the same place, and we split the fare three ways. So it was 100 Lempira each, which is like $5. So that was great. So when you get here, you just kind of hang out and wait. There's a couple little gift shops just outside the waiting building, the boarding area. So if you want to get some snacks or, you know, some little souvenirs and stuff, they have all that there. And then, yeah, as I said, this is the Dream Ferries area to come in and sit down and hang out. So I'm really curious how locals get back and forth to the islands, because I can't imagine that $27 US each way is exactly an affordable option. So there must be a local transit opportunity as well, or maybe a discounted rate for locals. I'm not sure. I asked the taxi driver on the way over and he basically said, yeah, it's the same for everybody. So, which seems kind of crazy to me, because I can't imagine that would be, yeah, that'd be a lot of money. So I even think it's a lot of money, to be honest, $27 US for an hour ferry ride. But anyway, doesn't matter. We're here. We're gonna have a great time over on Utila and just enjoy the Caribbean feel to those islands here in Honduras, my next stop. So there's our boat that we're about to hop onto, the Utila Dream. All aboard. There's the boat to Roatan. I assume heading just about the same time. So the difference in the tickets, the wristband and stuff, you initially come upstairs here, and there's a bar and a first class VIP section that's air conditioned inside there. And let's go have a look. The first class section is actually right here where the captain sits. That's kind of cool. And anyway, I don't know if I'll stay in here or not. I'll probably go inside and get a drink and go check out the rest of it. But cool nonetheless to be able to be up in here. So for $4 extra, you get to sit up where the captain drives the boat, and you get a free beer. So yeah, it's fine. It's nice and air conditioned in here too, which is kind of cool. So we're just getting ready to depart. As we pull away from the dock here, and away we go. She might be a pretty rough ride over to the islands. We'll see how it goes. Reminds me of the ride back from Cozumel. Oh yeah, here we go.
A few moments later.
She is a wet and wild day here on the ferry heading over to Utila. It's decided to go aside for a minute, and I'm just getting absolutely soaked with ocean mist and rain and some insane waves. So we're just about to arrive here at Utila Island, and that was a wild ride over, but fun, but wild. And yeah, first look at the island. Very overcast, kind of gloomy day today. We'll see if that changes in the next couple of days while I'm here. Welcome to Utila. Let's go find our place and get checked in. We're just heading up to where I'm staying at the Fenix Hostel and Hotel, and it's only 3 or 4 minutes up the road as I walk along Monkey Tail Road. So I thought I would give a quick room review here where I'm staying in Utila. I'm staying here at Fenix Hotel and Hostel. It's, I mean, everything here in Utila is only a few minutes away from each other, but basically just a kind of a straight shot up the road from the ferry, probably maybe 10 minutes on foot at most. But it's a good spot. It's quiet, which is nice, except for they're doing some construction next door. So that yesterday morning was a little noisy, but I haven't heard them today at all. So this is the standard room that I have booked here. I have a double bed. Apologize for the unkempt sheet situation. There's storage space over there. There's a fan here. They have the option of fan rooms or AC rooms. I went with a fan room. I don't know why. It's $10 in the difference, but anyway, it's fine. It's been a little warm, but I sort of considered maybe switching over to an AC room for the next few nights, but we'll see how it goes. And then in here is a private bathroom, which has been nice. Decent shower. No hot water, but you don't really need it in this environment. It's so warm here anyway that you know, the cooler shower is actually kind of nice. Today it's 10 a.m. roughly, and it's already, humidex is already about 36 degrees Celsius. So that's warm enough. It's been a good little room. It's been quiet. Some breeze here. I'm on a corner unit, so I get breeze through those two windows, which is nice. Downstairs in the main area, there is also a kitchen, which you have full access to. There's a fridge for storing your stuff in if you want to do that. And then, you know, all the usual things in the kitchen to cook and prep food with. Some of the other things they offer here, they offer rentals here, bicycles, scooters, quads, all that sort of stuff down at the front desk. So that's all available to you if you wanted to do some of those things. you kind of probably do need a quad or a scooter or something if you want to get to the other side of the island, because it's a bit of a, it's 5 or 6 kilometers each way. So, that's something to consider as well. But overall, a great little spot here at Fenix Hotel and Hostel. I'll put the information on the screen here along with the price that I paid. And there's lots of options here in Utila. So I just happened to pick this one because I always book, just a few days in advance. And it was kind of one of the first ones that came up and had decent reviews, and that was good enough for me. Anyway, thumbs up. Good job here. And I'm going to go out now and get some breakfast. There's you can see that construction that's happening here. Again, quiet this morning, noisy yesterday, so seems to be intermittent. This is a good little breakfast spot here. The sign says Cafeteria Rosa de Oro on the outside, but this is Cafe de Isla, and it's on Google Maps if you check it out. Good little breakfast. I had a ham and cheese omelet with some tortilla and a coffee and some pineapple juice. And it was 150 lempira, which was really good. So we're just gonna take a walk down here to where we got off the boat, talk a little bit about Utila and some of my travel plans going forward here in Honduras. This Josie's Cafe is another good place for breakfast here. It is not open on Sundays, as you can see, because surprise, surprise, it's a Sunday and it's closed. But it is open Monday to Saturday, early until 2 for breakfast and lunches. And I had a nice everything bagel with bacon, egg, and cheese on it yesterday there. They were super busy at the time too. So let's take a walk up here to the pier because it is very quiet here this morning. There's no ferry coming in at the moment. So it's a nice way to check it out without a billion people around. You can see how clear the water is, generally speaking. It was interesting when we were coming in on the ferry, and I noticed a shift in color change in the water too, from when we were out and sort of in the open water to when you come into, there's sort of a point there, there's a point over there, and where you sort of come into this little bay area, the watercolor changed, which was kind of cool. So there's actually a few little restaurants here. There's this Captain Willis place I haven't checked out. It's here. I think you need a reservation to get into it. It's only got a few tables inside and stuff. And then the aforementioned Josie's Cafe is there. So Utila is one of 2 sort of major islands off the northern coast of Honduras. This one, and of course, Roatan being the other. Roatan being arguably more famous. It's where sort of a lot of the cruise ships come into here in Honduras to visit for the day as they stop off and think they visited Honduras now that they've gone to Roatan Island. My understanding is that it's very much like Cancun in Mexico in terms of its look and its feel and its sort of attitude, I guess is the best way to put it, which doesn't really interest me that much. Utila is, of course, famous for scuba diving here and getting your scuba certificate. It is one of the cheapest places in the world to do it. And of course, those certificates are, recognized worldwide. So a lot of people do come here to Utila to get their license for scuba diving. But it's a pretty cool spot so far. There's obviously fair amount of traffic actually. I was surprised to see lots of tuk-tuks, motorcycles, quads, golf carts, those types of things. Not a lot of large vehicles, but enough small ones that makes it pretty hectic at times. One thing I will point out, at least for me, coming from Canada, this ATM here, Atlantida, which is one of the major banks here in Honduras, I have not had any bank fees for withdrawing from their ATMs on my card from back home. So if you're looking for a way to kind of, not have to get dinged by ATM fees a lot, for me at least, they've been great for taking care of that. So Utila kind of is split, kind of T-shaped. You've got this main road, which runs along the water this way. And then you've also got this main road up this way, which is where my place is. So I thought what I'd do for today is take a little walk this way, and we'll do a loop back up to where I'm staying. Tell you sort of my plans here for Honduras. One of the big diving companies here is Paradise Divers. They're just sort of here on the main strip. They actually have a really decent restaurant down on the waterfront too. I was down there last night. And of course it started to rain, but anyway, rain here doesn't matter too much when it's this warm and the rain is warm, and it's kind of a nice vibe anyway. But decent little restaurant there that I checked out. But all along the strip is full of restaurants, bars, hotels, all that sort of stuff. So even when you come to Utila, everything's very close together. We're just gonna walk down here a little bit further. I think there's a road that actually turns up right off this main street that will loop me back to where I'm headed. So my plans for Honduras from here, first of all, I have to say that the country's been great so far. Copan Ruinas was a top 10 destination. I planned on staying there for a few days, 3 days maybe, and ended up spending there for 6 nights, I think it was, in the end. And it was awesome. So San Pedro Sula was kind of cool to see, given its history. I was only there for basically 48 hours or less, but it was nice to stop there and see somewhere that not a lot of people go and visit. Now here in Utila, I'm here for probably a couple of more nights. I was going to stay originally for 3 nights and have decided I might going to add a couple more, because my original plan was to go and visit Roatan Island next, but I think I'm going to skip it. And the reason for that is pretty straightforward. If you've seen my previous videos, especially from Mexico, you'll know that Cancun was not a great experience for me. I just didn't like the city. I didn't like the atmosphere. It felt very non-authentic. Like, it didn't feel like you were in Mexico really. A lot of the time it just kind of felt like any other American city. So for that reason, I think that Roatan for me is off the list, simply for the same kind of reasons. I think that it's going to be just lots of tourists, lots of Americanized sort of looking places, and that's not really what I'm interested in when I'm traveling. And then, when I want to go see different places, I'm into, a bit more local than that. So for me, my plan from here then is to, again, hang out here for a few more days. I'm just kind of relaxing here a little bit on top of doing some recording. It's a pretty chill place. I kind of like it. And so that's why I'm extending. So from here though, my plan, I think I have 3 or 4 more stops planned in Honduras. One will be Lake Yojoa, which is the largest freshwater lake in Honduras. There's a number of places there you can stay. Again, there's a couple there that come very highly regarded. So I sort of thought that I may take a stop by there and check out the lake. And then my last foreshore destination will be the capital, Tegucigalpa, which is the sort of the biggest city in Honduras. It's the capital city, of course. And there's lots of history there. It's a really interesting city. Tegucigalpa always has sort of been notorious and has had some problems with it associated with it, similar to San Pedro Sula. But I always like to try and visit the capital city in each country that I've been to, as I find that they are kind of a real great melting pot of culture and history and a little bit of everything. So it gives you the good and the bad and everything in between for the country you're in. And so from there, I may add one more stop. I haven't quite decided yet, before completing my time here in Honduras and heading to Nicaragua next. So some of my other plans for here in Utila while I'm here. Tomorrow, being Monday, I am going to get a haircut and a beard trim. It has been quite a while since I've had one. I think the last time I had a proper haircut was Key Culker in Belize. So it's funny that the last cut and the next cut are both happening on islands that are about an hour offshore. I don't know what that means, but Just a fact. It's a cool mosaic of a iguana. And speaking of iguanas, tomorrow I'm also going to go up and check out, they have a iguana conservation effort here on the island, and it's only a few minutes from where I'm staying, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to go and check out that tomorrow. And then there's also a dog rescue on the island. One of the things that I've found really interesting here is the lack of street dogs. And it turns out that's because of the efforts of one person who has a dog rescue operation here in Utila. Again, only a few minutes from where I'm staying, so it should be easy to get to. And they do rescues and they do volunteer work. They have a veterinarian on site. And one of the things you can do there to volunteer some of your time is take dogs for a walk. So I'm going to go up and see if that's possible tomorrow. And I think it'd be kind of a fun way to give back a little bit. As you know, I always enjoy dogs and cats along my travels. The cat cafe that I went to in particular was kind of amazing. And so I thought that this would be a nice way to do something like that similar here. We're just up on one of the back streets here now where it's a bit quieter. Good afternoon. Another day here in lovely Utila, Honduras. And I'm just heading down to see about getting a haircut. There's a barber shop just down here around the corner. Let's go see if he's open and he can get me in. I don't know whether I should be worried or not. This is the sign of the barber shop. Anyway, just in case he doesn't want to be on camera, here's our before photo, and hopefully he's open and can clean this mess up. Well, I'm here and the barber shop says open on the front door, but there's no door handle, first of all, and I knocked a couple times and there was no answer, so I'm just gonna wait a few minutes and see if he shows up, and then if not, I got another recommendation for further down the road, so we'll see what happens. Just got the haircut done here at La Punta Barbershop, and you can reach out to them on Facebook or WhatsApp if you want to talk to them, but they're open basically 6 days a week, 9 a.m. And boy, do I feel better.